Hey guys, this is Sergeant Phoenix back in the action, and today we're learning about the newest rules for Yu-Gi-Oh! Now this rule doesn't apply until April the 1st, 2020, which is this year, but I've seen people still play this rule, I play this rule, and we're all loving it, because of the limitless possibilities we have now just been given. Now for those who have not seen a Yu-Gi-Oh! How to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I've done previous videos on them, and you can just have a watch of them and see what you think, and just get like a little idea of how things are done. And I will be using my Adignus extra deck monsters because I've recently been working on I've recently been working on an Adignus deck, but I'm just missing two main monsters, a Chi-Chi and Picora. They're the hardest to get, but I'm looking if I can get them really cheap on the rat and see if someone will trade them for me with the right ones and the right price. Now, the rules we had before were the link arrows. We had to play like this. If you wanted 3 monsters out, you had to play it like this, because it points to 3, so we had to have them like. But with this new rule, these 3 are now do not need linking anymore. So with these 3, Xyz, Synchro and Fusion, you can have one in the main monster zone, and I'm going to say and I'm saying and or because you can have them here as well, anywhere in the main monster zone, or you can just keep all 3 in the main monster zone. So if I still want to summon a link monster, I can summon these to where they point to, because it won't affect, because there's no rule that doesn't stop me from putting monsters where these point to. But I can't. But if 3 areas are blocking up, like a link, I cannot use this one. Because the same rules apply to links and pendulums. I double check this just to make sure, to see if any pendulum users would be affected by this, and you are still affected by this. So Synchro Fusion Xyz are now unlimited. Now have unlimited potential now, and the Gimmick Puppet deck, which I've described which I commented on my last video saying that that's my next deck profile, is coming along a lot well. I'm just waiting for the last 2 chaos numbers to come on in. But there's one chaos number I'd love to put in the deck for a profile, but I'll describe it since I can get it because of the price of it. So if you want to so unfortunately now with these new rules, if you focus if you still like using links, I still like using links because to be fair, they're not that difficult. And I am teaching someone how to play them. And, she's actually said that they do sound... It's not as hard as people think. If you want to see a game that's difficult, more difficult than Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's Magic. I've never played Magic. I've heard it's really good, and it does look really good. I'll see if I can... see what I can do with that. And if it does look good, comment down below if you want me to actually do some videos on it. So, as I was saying, the links and pendulums, they're still affected by the Master Rule 4 rules. And I should just mention that the reason that it's commented Master Rule Revision is because that's the correct pronunciation, the correct words for it, not Master Rule 5, it's Revision. Which I do agree, which does actually sound, it does actually work more than just Rule 5. It means it's just a good way of describing that we're going back to some old school, but we're still keeping some today rules. So let's say I want to summon 2 pendulums and I've got this out. I can summon them out. And if I want to summon, and I've got 3 other monsters for a link, I can link. But because the link rules, like I've said, a link monster has to point to another link monster, and you can link from... So let's say this card was pointing upwards there, and this one was pointing down. The extra link rule still works. But for Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz, they've changed now. So you can have them here, or have one here, and have the whole army of Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz. Or you can just keep them here, like I've said. That's what I think. That is honestly that's going to help a lot of people. We got used to Master Rule 4. Because it's what everyone does. If you still want to play the game, you just gotta go with the new rules, and you'll find, and there are cards that help you work with those new rules. But I don't see, I've not seen anyone really use links anymore. I still use links, but I have still seen people use links. You can still use them, but you're not but you are no longer restricted by them. You can still use them if you want, but you still have to follow the link rules. So they have to point to the extra monster zone if you want to extra link. And pendulums have to be pointed by... And the pendulums have to follow the link rules as well. It's not... I wouldn't say it's not fair for pendulums, but honestly, it's actually good that they've done that. I actually prefer it. And the spell and trap card zones still have 3 and 2 pendulum... And the 2 pendulum scales there. That rule is still applied. Like I said, they're still bound. Like the pendulums stay the same. But other than that, I can see millions of decks. Fluffles. All the decks I've done profiles on. I can see all of them without the links coming back to the field. Well, not all of them, but but those watching, you know what I'm talking about. Now we have just got every old school card, put some new school, put today's cards in there, give them a bit of a tweak, and you're bringing back everything we love about Yu-Gi-Oh! The unlimited monsters, the powerful monsters, there's just no more words to describe what number of possibilities we could have with this rule. But again, they're officially announcing it on the 1st of April. And I've watched videos, and I've watched someone else, and I've watched another person describe the rules. And and I have double checked whatever, and I have checked with other videos, and they do say the same thing. But the main thing I looked at the most were the pendulums, because I didn't want to get any misinformation. So everything I wrote everything on this video is what I have studied and what I have found relating to all the other videos and everything that go. But on the 1st of April, these rules will officially be applied to all of to everyone. And I'm glad. I'm glad because Ancient Gears are my favourite fusions, and other cards that I want to use are my favourites, but I needed to keep using links. Now I don't have to, and I'm proud. I'm really glad that I don't have to. I still have links in the main deck that I use all the time, but what else? Because they're really good, they work with what deck I've made. And my deck is a virus deck, but I'm now altering it a little bit to give it more tributing effects, which also work with viruses. So comment down below what you think of these new rules. I can see 50-50 what people are going to say a little bit if you want to comment down below. But until then, this is Sergeant Phoenix, over and out.